that's funny.
What were you expecting?
Welcome to the Laugh Out Loud journey through 17 of the most humorous folks in film history. From belly-aching comedians to zany actors, we've gathered the best chuckle makers. But here's the twist. Hold on till the end when we unveil the 3 secret ingredients that make them all hilariously unforgettable. Get ready to giggle, guffaw, and maybe even snort with the masters of mirth. I'm Ren.
And I'm Gail. And this is What It Takes to Be.
Now that's funny.
What were you expecting?
Chaplin, a side-splitting journey through the life of the legendary Charlie Chaplin. It's like the ultimate slapstick comedy tutorial, with Robert Downey Jr. hilariously reenacting those iconic tramp moves. Watching Chaplin's genius unfold on screen, you'll discover that it's not just the mustache that's funny. It's his timeless humor that keeps the laughter rolling in, even decades later. Get ready to giggle your way through history.
Now that's funny.
What were you expecting?
Wired takes us on a comically wild ride through the chaotic life of John Belushi. This biographical movie gives us an inside look at the brilliant madness behind his iconic characters and a crash course on why he was SNL's original party animal. It's like a comedic roller coaster that doesn't require a seatbelt, but definitely demands a sense of humor.
Now that is funny.
What were you expecting?
The Great Buster is a laugh-out-loud documentary about the silent film king Buster Keaton. This film showcases how a deadpan expression and a comedic stunts can turn life's calamities into hilarity. Keaton's pratfalls and deadpan humor will make you appreciate how humor has evolved. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and get ready to laugh yourself silent as Buster's antics fill the screen.
That's funny.
What were you expecting?
Man on the Moon explores the zany life of Andy Kaufman.
I am Andy.
A comic genius who put the eccentric in entertainment. With a penchant for bizarre pranks and outrageous characters, Andy redefines what it means to be funny. This movie is like a ride on a roller coaster of absurdity, so get ready to giggle, scratch your head, and question your own sanity, just like Andy himself would have wanted.
That's funny.
What you were expecting?
Being the Ricardos gives us a peek into the frantic life of the legendary Lucille Ball.
We've been through worse than this.
We have?
With her slapstick humor and iconic antics, Lucy's world was a whirlwind of hilarity. This movie will have you rolling with laughter while trying to keep up with her comical schemes. If laughter is the best medicine, Lucy is a full-blown apothecary, and this film is your prescription.
It's funny.
What were you expecting?
W.C. Fields and me.
Can you repeat that?
W.C. Fields and Me
Who?
W.C. Field.
takes us on a riotous romp through the life of the great W.C. Fields.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
He hated dogs and children.
Somebody put gin in his orange juice.
His humor was as dry as the Sahara, and this film gives us a taste of his comedic cocktail. With his quirks and his antics, you'll be chuckling through the story of this comic legend. It's like a glass of sparkling hilarity with a twist of absurdity.
What were you expecting?
Max Rose reveals Jerry Lewis in a different light, and boy, it is a comedy twist. You'll find Jerry, the master of slapstick, stepping into a more poignant role. But don't worry, there's still humor aplenty. Imagine the king of pratfalls navigating the ups and downs of life in his golden years. It's like watching a funny man tackle drama without tripping over his own punchlines.
That is funny.
What were you expecting?
The life and death of Peter Sellers gives us a hilariously wacky peek into the world of a comedy legend. Peter Sellers, the master of impersonations, ends up impersonating his own life. It's like watching him switch characters even in the most surreal situations. You'll laugh, you'll question reality, and you might even wonder if Peter Sellers ever stopped playing a role on and off the screen.
That's funny.
Really? What were you expecting?
Wagons East.
Are we there yet?
I will have your mother turn this wagon around right now.
Wagons East
Wagons East.
is John Candy's last frontier, and he's on a comedic quest to turn the Wild West into the Mild West. This movie's so goofy that even the tumbleweeds have a sense of humor. Join Candy as he rides into the sunset in the funniest wagon train adventure of all time. You'll laugh your way through the Old West, and so will the cowboys, because even they can't take John Candy seriously.
Now that's funny.
What were you expecting?
Robin Williams' Come Inside My Mind is like a backstage pass into the most chaotic and hilarious stand-up show in history. With more energy than a caffeinated kangaroo, Robin Williams bounces through life's absurdities, making laughter the answer to everything. This documentary is a riot of pure, unfiltered humor, reminding us that even the funniest people need a good laugh, and this is one wild journey inside the mind of a comedic genius.
Now that's funny.
Yes. What were you expecting?
JoJo Dancer.
JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, takes you on a wild ride through the uproarious, sometimes chaotic world of Richard Pryor. This hilarious joyride is packed with the outrageous humor that made Pryor a legend, showing you that life's biggest punchline is sometimes just living it. It's a laugh out loud look at the ups and downs and side-splitting moments that make life a never-ending joke.
Oh, that's funny.
What were you expecting?
In Eddie Murphy Raw, the comedy genius Eddie Murphy serves up laughs hotter than a jalapeno sandwich. With outrageous humor and no filter, he dishes out side-splitting anecdotes and unforgettable punchlines. Brace those funny bones for an unapologetic, hysterical ride into the mind of Murphy, where comedy knows no bounds and every punchline hits like a belly laugh avalanche. Viewer discretion advised. Laughter-induced stomach aches may occur.
That's funny. What were you expecting?
Stardust Memories.
Oh, I forgot.
In Stardust Memories,
Want to do mankind a real service? Tell funnier jokes.
Yeah, but I've got to find meaning.
Woody Allen brings his neurotic charm to the screen like only he can. As a filmmaker besieged by fans, aliens, and the absurdity of life, Allen's deadpan humor turns existential crises into comic gold. It's like watching your angsty neighbor's therapy session, but with better one-liners. Get ready to laugh at the human condition and ponder why life's chaotic chaos is just a comic joke.
That's funny.
What were you expecting?
Fierce creatures.
Old bag.
John Cleese is back with Fierce Creatures, and this time it's not just the animals that are wild.
They've finally given me something to run.
In a hilarious mix of zoo antics and corporate greed, Cleese's peculiar humor shines. It's like a British sitcom with an extra serving of absurdity, proving that even the wildest creatures on Earth can't outdo the madness of humans. So grab your popcorn and get ready for a laugh safari.
That's funny.
What were you expecting?
In Am Chris Farley, the legendary comedian's life is unveiled in a way that would make him chuckle from the afterlife.
Oh, one more thing. Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
It's a comedic chronicle filled with belly-aching tales and uproarious anecdotes. Farley's over-the-top charisma and infectious laughter are on full display, reminding us that sometimes life's best moments are the ones that make you laugh until your ribs hurt.
That's funny.
What were you expecting?
In The Jerk,
What do you think I am? Some kind of a jerk or something? I'm not a bum.
Steve Barton takes us on a side-splitting journey from rags to riches, or more like rags to slightly fancier rags.
I was born a poor black child. You mean I'm gonna stay this color?
His absurdity knows no bounds, and he hilariously navigates life's zaniest misadventures. This movie reminds us that sometimes it's the quirkiest folks who end up having the most riotous and ridiculously funny stories to tell.
That's funny.
What exactly were you expecting?
In Groundhog Day,
Chance of departure today, 100%. He's stuck. In Groundhog Day.
Bill Murray hilariously gets stuck in a never-ending time loop. It's like the ultimate case of deja vu, and he turns the mundane into a laughing riot. As he relives the same day over and over, you can't help but laugh at his absurd attempts to escape the cycle. It's a comedic lesson in finding humor in life's most repetitive moments.
That was so funny.
Behold, the comedic creme de la creme. We've taken you on a side-splitting journey through some of the silver screen's top jesters.
What is their secret?
But what's the secret behind their comedic prowess, you ask? Well, after analyzing their quirks and quips, we boiled it down to 3 common traits: impeccable timing, an unending well of creativity, and a dash of delightful absurdity. So keep laughing, keep chuckling, and always remember the 3 C's: comedy, creativity, and craziness.